Watching the video and God dropped this in my heart because a lot of what she was saying is an application to, or can be applied on some side to my life and what I've experienced. But what God put on my heart is that somebody feels like they've been slighted or hurt in some type of way. And the woman used the word vindication, right? But God said it was revenge for somebody's ego. And so they wanted to see you suffer, or somebody, if you know somebody going through this, they wanted to see you suffer. And so there's like smear campaigns, slanders, and then, whatever else has come out. But somebody has been trying to get karma for the way that they feel onto you. But they are afraid that if they left you alone, that God would prosper you like you deserve. And knowing this about you, this person knows that there is an innocence about you. This person knows that you're covered by God. This person knows that God will prosper you. But they're afraid, and this is the major part, so listen up. They're afraid that if people see you prosper, if they were to leave you alone and people saw you prosper, then they would know that this person was wrong. There's something about the campaign, right? There's something about the campaign that I guess there's been an unfolding or covering that has been telling people that it's like a rage bait, like I've been doing this in your life, right? But telling people that you're getting karma for something when it's really them that is upset with you, right? And so this person is afraid that if they were to leave you alone and people actually see how God is giving you what you deserve or prospering you, that they are actually wrong. And so they want to keep going to cover up. And so there is a lot that is at play. And this woman here, she said vindication, then God, and then she said she was talking about, I feel like I don't know if I could say it because I don't want to like quote about what she was talking about, because I don't know if that's like legal. I don't know if that's like good or like me using it, but there was something, I wonder if I can talk around it. Dang, I may not even be able to. So she was saying that there's a woman praying against a woman believing certain things. So someone may have believed something in your case, and they may feel like it's either protection of themselves or protection for someone else, but it was wrong. It was a falsehood, right? And so unfortunately, what God showed me is that other people are now getting karma. What she was saying is people's prayers, if they feel like you're wrong, are going back on those people because they feel like, oh, this is a bad person, or what's happening is terrible, or whatever about you. And now these people's lives are in jeopardy with God because of a falsehood. And unfortunately, it's an outlay, right? And I talked about this a really long time ago, that with stuff like this, people have to understand that when they recruit people, or when they do stuff, or when they try to get people on a side that's actually a falsehood, that's actually an ego-based type situation, and God does not support it. Because honestly, a lot of honest people really understand that God is the one that gets vindication. It will never be your physical work, right? It will never have to be something that comes from you, right? What it is a getting in the way of God, right? God will never tell you to put yourself in jeopardy in order to seek vindication or revenge. It's God's hand. That's why a lot of us don't do anything like that. A lot of us are like, okay, God, I'm gonna allow you to continue to prosper me. In this person's case, they're afraid and they know this, but there's a thing that is like, okay, I just, I can't let go. First off, I don't want to see you prosper because you hurt me. I don't want to see you prosper because I know God's going to prosper you. But also, if you go up, I'm going to be exposed. That's going to mean that I know, since God gets revenge and God is not doing this to you, then that I will be exposed. So somebody understands this, but the hand of it is there's a turning of the tables, or a turning of the time, that a lot of people have to realize that whenever there is a certain hand, and it is spiritual, right? Whenever you get certain people with genuine hearts and they begin to pray on one's behalf, or they begin to do something like this, since it's a falsehood, it's an illusion, it's going to go straight back to those people. So not only is their physical karma in jeopardy, but their spiritual is, right? So there's a lot of things that are outlaid here, and God showed me the other side, right? So there was this one, she was saying that this woman here was really just prideful, that she knew that she was praying against the wrong person, right? She knew it. And I was saying this in one of my videos, like, you can't fake it. Like, literally, it's something that is very, very, very important for somebody to do shadow work, right? Because a lot of people feel like God is just going to see how I am now, because people get it in their head that they can fool people. And a lot of people may fall for the okie doke. They really might. But God does not. And so if you know that your heart is heavy, your stomach is heavy and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, I know that this is what I'm saying, but this is how I actually feel. It's like, you cannot. Right? And we say it all day. We really will say it all day. We really will let you guys know, and you know, things like this. But it's up to you guys to like start to walk that, right? Because at the end of the day, even if somebody were to walk day to day in your life, they have no idea. They just know what they see, and usually it's a projection of who they are, thinking that you might be. It's really a projection of who they are, thinking that you might respond in such a way. It's really a projection of who they are to want you to do something. It's never actually who you are. I know people who misunderstand me all the time. Oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, so you must mean this is how you must feel. You're doing this, you're doing that. Oh, this is what you must mean. And I'm like, no, actually that has no. It's projection of how they would feel or what they would do, right? Also, let's react or let's respond in this certain way because that's how they would. And it pisses people off a lot when they feel like they know you. When they feel like, or it's really what they want to see of you. And as soon as you don't meet that, they get pissed off. And so there was this woman here that she was talking about who was praying in the spirit and stuff like this when she actually was just jealous. She was continuing to hope and wish God was coming against this woman when really she had just had personal issues about whoever it was, knowing that the person wasn't who they thought they were. It's really, really important that you love yourself enough not to take upon God's karma because you don't like somebody. It's really, really important for you to not start to do shit because there's something about somebody you don't like. There is 8 billion people in this damn world. Are you going to do all this type of shit to the 8 billion people because you don't like them? That's your karma. That's your life. You got to love yourself enough not to hate somebody and actually take certain actions against somebody, right? It's only a certain level of consciousness that takes this type of speech. So it's not going to be anybody that has a certain type of, it's a journey. So I'm not heard by a lot of people who are not trying to hear, right? Hear, see, feel. But the thing is there's a lot of things, and it's more than just one layout of one person's ego here. But it looks like what God showed me was, yeah, that's one side of the story. But the other side of the story is someone who feels a certain type of way that it was genuine. But then you have the outlay here of it coming back to them, right? God does take care of people when he realizes, and he will show people. He will show. And in this woman's case, she said that God showed this woman that she was wrong. But it happens when 8:33. Oh, crap. That was the biggest confirmation, y'all. This video was 8 minutes and 33 seconds that I was watching this woman. I turned my phone down. I looked up and it was 8:33 when I decided to record this video. And then when I said, y'all, I'm telling you, God is always confirming. It was 8:33. The entire message here. That's crazy work. But it just means this is how God works. It's spot on. And so if you find yourself in a situation like I went through, or like Stephanie went through, I just said her name, or like this woman is going through, what I would say is, in this situation, what's happening is there's an exposure, right? There's an exposure, and it seems like there's someone hiding behind who they thought you were in the past, right? There's this kind of there's this kind of seeking that God is doing. God is doing like a rotisserie type of thing with the people that God is getting vindication on your behalf with. There's a rotisserie type of situation. It's like a thing where 944. Oh, God has been telling me this. It's a rotisserie thing. You know how they have the pig on the spit, or the chicken on the spit here, and it's just rolling and it's hot. What's happening is there's certain type of lies and things that are happening, and somebody, when they get caught in one lie, then they have to turn over because it's hot. They get caught in another lie, they get a turnover because it's hot, and there's a lot of deflection of things, and it might be a deflection back to you. There's certain things that are being uncovered, certain truths that have been dropped, and there's a rotisserie happening with somebody, and they're uncomfortable, and so there's a lot of deflection. There's a lot of feeding of ego to what people may want to see, what people may want to hear, what is going to entertain people. So you may get an influx. If you're sensitive, you may feel an energy of influx. Okay, not only influx of the belief, influx of the prayers, but an influx of needing to entertain and bait, because a lot of people, especially if a lot of people realize that things are maybe based on a falsehood, there has to be a lot of deflection and entertainment, because people, when they have time to do this type of stuff, they need entertainment. They need you to say something, they need you to do something, they need constant validation that what they're doing is okay. They need consistent feeding, they need consistent stories, especially because a lot of people realize that when people realize that they might be wrong, the first thing that they do is they stand in denial. They stand in denial. Oh, I can't believe that I've done something like this based off of, I just can't. There has to be something. Like then there's a second denial. I can't believe that someone would actually, like, nah, this is crazy. And then there's a third, and it's looking at what is a flaw in you that you used to have, do have, or may have in the beginning, right? But the fourth is, what do I not like about this person? You have 4 of these things that happen. Denial about self and what's happening, and that they can't be this person. Denial about whatever it is that is, or whoever it is that they're following, and the denial be that I refuse to believe that this is happening off of somebody's ego. You have the third, it's something that they have to do, and this is what my girl just said in the video. What about you is something that they can hate or continue not to like, to continue to justify what's going on. How did you used to be, or what's the lie about how you used to be, right? Let's get real. What's the lie about how you used to be? What's something about you that I don't like, that I can keep myself going in this situation? It's a survival of the ego that is expanded across multiple people. Okay, I'm getting my little psychology stuff going. Y'all know I like me some psychology. But it's a survival of ego across masses and across multiple people. And it's a survival of the ego because we know that the ego is an alarm system, right? The ego is an alarm system that says I have to survive how I am because I don't know what I am going to be without who I think that I am. And so if I think that I'm just, if I think that I'm a badass, if I think that I'm this, and then somebody threatens that, I don't know who I'm going to be if somebody strips that away from me. Well, the thing is, you're supposed to regrow. Once you find out, once God exposes something to you and shows you something, you're supposed to drop it and then grow. But a lot of people think that that's too tough. A lot of people don't want to know that. A lot of people don't want to do that. Okay? And so this woman here who was praying in the name of God, God showed her a long time ago that she was wrong about the person. And the woman's pride, the woman's jealousy, I'm going to have to post this other video. It kept her, right? Because I don't want to see that I'm jealous. I don't want to see that I just don't like this person. I don't want to see that, and a lot of people, especially if they feel like you don't have much, but you have a lot on the inside, you have a lot in gifts and talents and smarts, but you don't have a lot on the outside, it's a double whammy for them. You don't have friends, you don't have love, you don't have this, you don't have that. And they feel like you're supposed to be lower, baby, that's a double hit. They'll really try to break you down. And so this woman didn't want to see, she didn't want to see it. So whatever reason that there may be, but let's look on the other side. There may be falsehood, and there may be jeopardy, or her own karma that's in jeopardy with God, or the something coming back to her because of what she thought, right? And so I just wanted to get on here and talk about that because that's incredibly important. The ego is something that will eat people up. People will go for a very long time to not face. People go for a very long time not breaking down like God wants them to, because they feel like it's losing against you, a person, but it's really God that it's inevitable that the breakdown happens. It's God, right? Why are you staying afloat? Why is this happening? Like, why? How do you know everything? What is this? Oh, it can't be. You can't be tapped in. It's not God. You can't. No, it's the reason is because you're looking at a human being who God is covering. So it's like it's the walk, it's the fight, it's the talk against God that you're doing. It has nothing to do with the actual person. This is why you feel weak. This is why you feel defeated and will continue to, because it's God. Like, there's nothing you can do to step away. There's nothing you can do. Okay, God gave you the fingers and the toes and the money. God gave you the people around you. God gave you the breath. God gave you the health. God gave you the future. God gave you the past. Like, what are you really going to do? What are you really going to do? So it's, you can't live without him. Like, you're breathing because of God. It's like, and so when people have these things, or when they're praying to God, it's like you're literally using me, God, to pray to me, God, about somebody else who is God. And I'm telling you who this person is. I'm showing you who this person is. And you're deciding not to see me, God, in that person that's telling you the truth. It's very, very odd. It's very, very odd. And so I think it's very important for us to be conscious. It's very important for us to be kind of empathetic about people who are a little slower, who are a little bit slower in understanding what the journey is to becoming and putting on the full armor of God, but becoming people of authentic God, or whatever. It takes people a longer time sometimes, and it is hard. So just try to be patient, try to be conscious and aware that they got their own journey, and it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with the woman or you with the woman that was praying against you, or the other woman who what I mean. It's their individual journeys with God. It has nothing. You're just a person living that God is making. Is you're walking in their sight, and God is making you everything that is a trigger. Is making you everything that is that see yourself as kind of like a chalkboard that God has written on. He's written words on you that is triggering to people. He's it's and then you also had that journey with yourself, right? But I will say this, that yours is a powerful one, but it's also a powerful journey of those who are acting as characters in your life. Because as heavy as it is, that means that their journey is pretty heavy too. You know what I mean? Especially if they have to have discernment or intuition about what's going on. Like that break-in is going to be pretty powerful once they allow it, right? And once they see what's on the other side of discerning, and once they see what's on the other side of being able to get across it, right? It's going to be tough, because it was tough for you. But that woman who was praying, God has his plans for her as well. Okay, have a good day.